Hi traders, this is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys today just briefly. I just wrapped up one of my classes, and I absolutely love our live trade sessions, which happens on with me on Tuesday and Wednesdays, and then during the U.S. session, and then we have two other trainers who teach during the week as well. But I wanted to kind of help you guys out, okay? Because some of my new students are some of the best students of all. Because, like I told one of them today who asked a question in the group about, how to win on a regular basis. And like I told him, and some of you old heads who've been trading for a long time, when I say this, you're going to also, and I said the same statement in the group, by the way, but I also, some of you guys, you will confirm this. Watch this. I said, uh, I said that sometimes for some of us old heads who've been trading in the markets, I really feel like the brand new traders who are just coming in and they're getting into the right group, I feel like they're more blessed than some of us who've been around for a long time. And what do I mean by that? Well, like I told them in my class, and we had a lot of students in class today, I told them, I said, some of the problems that happens is that we've been taught so much junk along the way. Try this system, trade this indicator, trade this method, try this, try that. And you've been spinning your wheels over and over and over again, trying all these different things. And now you got all this garbage in your head, and it's hard for you to get rid of it because now it's kind of like, I don't know what to do. And I told them, it's really a bad situation because you really want to be successful in trading, but you got all this mumble jumble in your head, and it's hard to unravel, what's good, what's not good. What's the best indicator, what's not the best indicator, what's the good, it's just hard. And this business is made to be that way. It really is. And it makes it really hard for people to struggling. And so I told them, I said, sometimes the brand new traders who know absolutely nothing, you think you're at a disadvantage, but actually it's a blessing because your head is not full of garbage that you didn't need in the first place. So here's what I told them in class today. And I'm just talking to you guys. Again, I don't care whether you ever join my group or not. Every once in a while, I just have it on my heart. I want to talk to you. I just want to share what's on my mind, some things that I've learned along my journey in trading and stuff like that. So again, don't think that every time I do a video, it's some promo video. It don't matter, man. Look, I'm not tripping, but I really have always been this way where when I learn things, some things, yeah, I'm just going to talk to people and give you just encouragement. Because some of you guys who's trading, you just need a little encouragement. So here's what I told them, and hopefully this will encourage you along the way, your journey. Okay. And again, you don't ever have to sign up and join with us. Da da da. I'm just thank you for giving me your time to at least listen to me because I'm just here to help. So anyway, here's what I actually told them. We got to another question came into the group, and this is all going to tie together, and you guys will see what I mean. Okay, so another question came into the group. Okay, the holidays are coming up, and how do you trade the markets? And I kind of did a video for you guys about that. How do you trade the markets during the holiday seasons? Because Thanksgiving just went by, and just like I mentioned to some people, it was a little sporadic. News came out last night that Trump is slapping tariffs on Argentina and Brazil or something like that, and they signed a bill for against Hong Kong, which is threatening the relationship between China and the U.S. And today is December 3rd, so check your charts. You'll see that the markets, many of them, especially the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ and da da da, which some brokers allow you to trade, you'll see those things drop tremendously. The AUD 200 dropped hundreds of pips. So you could have made some good money on that, but here's the deal. So I told them, here's what you need to learn. Here's the real market maker's method. Okay, here's the real market maker's method. A lot of you guys who've been taught about the market maker's method, you know about the M's and the W's. The M's, the double bottoms, double tops, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but like I told them, the market makers learned what you was trying to do, and so they constantly are blowing up those patterns constantly. Okay, and there's certain times, and I'll talk to them. I can't tell you everything, but I told my team the exact times of the day where they'll start tearing up trades and getting after people because people don't know no better. But I said, if you really want to be a relaxed trader, you really have to learn what the market makers really do, the bankers. Here's something, I'm giving you guys this. Please just pay attention to what I'm telling you. You don't have to do it. It's your account. I don't care, but I'm just helping you. So as far as holiday seasons, market maker method, to me, it's all the same thing. It's not different. Okay. It's not different. Sorry, my hat crooked. It's not different. Here's what happens. The markets on a daily basis have a daily rhythm. They have a daily rhythm where they're going against the trend, and they have a daily rhythm where they're going with the trend. Period. Period. They have a daily time where the market is going to slow down to a snail's crawl, barely moving. And most people don't know that. That's the reason why they're entering their trades and then get pissed talking about why the markets are not moving, da da da. It's simply because you know too much. You think you know too much. You think you need another indicator. You think you need another this and that. When in essence, you need to just simply relax and develop two things: patience and consistency. The banks have those two things working in their favor. Here's what I mean. Watch, just hear me out. Because I told that person, I said, as a brand new trader, I'm glad I'm mentoring you now before you got all the extra foolery in your head that you didn't need. All you really need to understand, because some of you guys, you have an excellent trading system, indicators, whatever. It's not like you need more of that. That's not what you need. What you fail to realize is that you're not trading like the market makers, which is they are very, watch this, patient and consistent. They are very patient to wait for their setups, and they wait for certain times of the day to end the markets, and then they're very consistent with their methodology. Even if they lose 3 trades in a row, they still stick to their method because over time they realize, guess what? It works. So they don't worry about, oh, I lost 2 trades, I lost a trade here or there. They don't really care because they learned that with consistency and patience, it always pays off when you have a routine. Many of you guys, you're too sporadic. You're all over the place. You're doing this, and then next week you're trying that, and then you're doing this, and then you're doing that. I know a lot of successful traders. Matter of fact, I was sharing with the group. There's one guy in there. He emails me every single morning. Every morning, he emails me his trades, and he averages about 500 to 1,000 a day. Today he made about 1,400, a little extra. But here's the deal with him. It doesn't matter what he trades. He is very consistent on the time that he enters his trades and the method that he uses. And because of his consistency, now he enters several different trades at the same time. Not all of the trades win, but the ones that do overshadows the ones that don't. But he has learned to be what? Consistent. The market makers and the bankers, they are what? Consistent. They consistently do the same things week after week after week. They have a routine. You have to ask yourself the truth. Do you have a routine? Do you have a trading method that you use and you just use it routinely? Every single week, it's the same routine. Because if you do, you're going to find that trading is actually a boring thing. It's not all that exciting like you think because you get up, you do the same exact routine day in and day out. Even if you have a couple of losses, you still got to get up and do the routine. Here's what happened with some of you guys. You get a few losses. Now you drop the whole method. You're out there searching for the next indicator, the next golden holy grail. You're just all over the place. You're looking for the next mentor. You're just all over the place. You never have been consistent. Let me give you one more way of looking at it. And this is the way I explained it to them. Okay, and I got to go because my wife waiting on me and I got to go to the gym. So I told them if I hired majority of all traders around the world to work for me as traders, let's just assume that. Watch what's going to happen and think about this, and hopefully this will make a difference in your trading. So if I hired you to work for me as a fund manager, notice you're not a trader no more. What do? You manage funds, money, moolah, okay? So as a fund manager, your whole thinking process is going to be different. Why? Because instantly you're going to know that you are working for somebody else, just like the job you're working at now. Why are you consistently showing up on time? Why do you come back up from lunch on time? Because you have somebody who's managing you and telling you, hey, here are the rules, and there's a consequence if you don't be consistent and follow the routine. What is the routine? You show up at 8 o'clock, you do XYZ on a computer or whatever your job is, you take lunch at 12, and then you go home at 5, or blah, blah, blah. Whatever the routine is, you have a daily routine and you are consistent with it because it pays you. The problem is when people come into the Forex market, they are not consistent and they don't have a routine. Why? Because there's nobody managing you. When you go to those charts, you're in charge of you, but you're really not in charge. Who's really in charge is your emotions. So your emotions become your boss, not your routine and your consistency. Your emotions do. And so therefore, the moment you take a little losing trade, oh, you're going crazy. You know, now you're switching up. Now you need a new mentor. Now you need a new system. Now you need a new this and that. But at your job, how many times have you had a good day, but then you also had a bad day? But it didn't change the time that you showed up for work, didn't change the time you went to lunch, and it didn't change the time that you clocked out. No matter hell or high water, good day or bad day, you were what? Consistent. See that difference? But when you trade Forex, you need that money quick and in a hurry. It's supposed to come in the next 2 minutes and da da da. And I'm gonna try this method. Well, I heard about this scalping method. Well, I heard about this method and I heard about that method. And then every week you try 5 or 6 different methods. Nothing you do is consistent. But if you ever look at professional traders, they approach the market the exact same way, week after week after week. They do the same exact routine, week after week after week. They don't change. Even if they lose a few trades, they still come right back and say, oh, that was a bad week. They mark it off and they still come right back and they do the same thing week after week after week, day after day after day. As a matter of fact, even my son, I have 2 sons who trade. One of my sons, it doesn't matter how beautiful a setup is. There are specific days that he will enter the market only. And he say, Dad, oh man, he'll call me up, Dad, I seen this and I seen that. Man, these were good setups. So I got to wait until, and he'll tell me the exact day because he has a routine for himself. He's disciplined. He writes down his trades. And then when he loses a trade, he goes back and try to analyze, did I miss an actual step in what I was supposed to do to win the trade? Do you get what I'm saying, you guys? See, the bottom line is until you become consistent and disciplined, you will never survive in this business. Period. I don't give a crap what everybody else is telling you. Again, that's why I said some of my videos, I'm just helping you. I don't ever care. Believe you me, promise you. I promise you, God knows I'm not kidding. Some of these videos, I don't care. I know people are not ever going to sign up for Super Easy Forex. I'm okay with that. That's not a big deal. I'm not trying to do this so you'll sign up with us. Stick with whoever you're sticking with. I don't really care. But I really want to bless you because as a whole, if we can get this mentality, we can actually change the world. The truth of the matter is, until you become a consistent person, you will never be successful. Let me help you with one more thing. One more thing. This is important. Ask yourself this question. You got up this morning and there were some things that you were supposed to do. Have you taken care of them? This is real. Because, see, the same behavior and the same person you are before you enter the Forex market is going to draw that behavior out. I promise you that. It is one of the, people think it's simple and easy, and it is. It can be. But what it does, it takes you through a journey of learning yourself before you actually start profiting. Because in essence, when you trade, if you worked for me, I will force you to become consistent. Why? Because when you come work for me, I'm going, hey, here's the rules, here's my expectations, and you know I can get pissed and fire you. So you're going to pay attention to the daily routine very carefully because you don't want me to fire you. But when you work for yourself, entrepreneurs, you and I know that there is no boss other than you. So if you was a lazy person who don't like to work before you started your business, how much do you think that's going to change after? It doesn't much because people don't change their behavior too often before they jump into things. This is no different. So if you're a procrastinator and you don't get things done, you're inconsistent and come on now, don't lie to yourself because an indicator ain't going to fix this. Okay? A trading system ain't going to fix this. You have to fix this. Are you a consistent person? Huh? Are you a disciplined person? If you're not, let me tell you something that most gurus will never tell you. Stay out of the Forex market. Don't buy an indicator. Don't buy a trading system. Don't buy nothing. Because if you're going to be an inconsistent person beforehand, you're going to be even more consistent in hand. And when you go through a trading week like Thanksgiving did, and it was sporadic and all over the place, what's going to happen is you spent your money on one system or one mentor or whatever it was, and the next before the week is over, you're going to be out shopping around for something else. Why? Because you haven't learned to be what? Consistent. And if you haven't been a consistent person before trading, you're definitely not going to be a consistent person when you trade. Truth be told, there are more gamblers in the Forex market than there are traders, honestly, being honest. There are majority of people in the trading world are gamblers. They are not traders. They are not investors. The difference between the two is which ones are all over the place and letting their emotions run the show, and those who are consistent. I have a friend, and I'll leave you guys with this. And some of you guys know him if you're into baseball. I was never into baseball, but I lived by him, and his sons and my sons played football together for a while in high school. So the person who I'm talking about is Torrey Hunter. Okay, he was a very famous baseball player and stuff like that, Torrey Hunter. And I'll never forget, while the boys were at practice, they was having a father-son breakfast, and they invited the dads to come out. And so I was sitting next to Torrey, and we were talking. Okay, and this is a guy who got paid millions of dollars to play baseball, millions of dollars. And he decided to share a story with me about what happened to him. He said, man, a lot of people don't know about when I was sleeping in college. I was sleeping on the floor, had no money. I was bunked up with somebody else, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then he turned around and made millions of dollars. I even went to his house. I mean, beautiful house, beautiful wife and family, blah, blah, blah. But he said, do you want to know the difference between a professional baseball player and an amateur? Watch this, because I'm helping you guys. He said, do you want to know the difference between a professional baseball player and an amateur? I said, yeah, man, that's interesting to know. He said, the only difference between a professional baseball player and an amateur is the professional baseball player leaves their emotions in the locker room when they hit the field. He said, like, we don't care whether you're going through a divorce. We don't care whether you're having family trouble. We don't care about anything. When we hit the field, professionals leave the emotions in the locker room. Amateurs do not. He said that is the only difference between a professional trader and a professional baseball player and an amateur. Consistency. Leave your emotions in the locker room, people, and learn to be consistent in your personal life before you consider jumping into this business, okay? All right, you guys, I got to go. My wife has patiently been waiting. And so I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this video was a blessing to you. If so, share it. If you didn't like it, that's cool. I understand. No big deal. But again, not everything I do is going to be all about charts and this and that. If you do want to join us, though, you can. It's supereasyforex.com, www.supereasyforex.com. You can come and join us. And it's what's nice about it. You don't have to wait for anybody to approve you, send you an email. All you have to do is pretty much just, click on the website, click on join. Once you pay for the system, just log right back in with the username and password you created and go ahead and get started with the tutorials. And I'll be in class tomorrow morning for the US session. But even if you don't join, that's fine. I really ain't tripping. I just really hope that this video blessed you. Okay, bye.